Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the third unit part. Actually, we have completed the fourth and fifth units successfully. So now we are entering into the third unit. It is a little deviated from the all the components of Hadoop. So that's why we are discussing about this concept now. So in this, NoSQL concept was introduced in the third unit. So let us have a look on this. Actually, the map reduce, we discussed about map reduce, which is in the fourth unit. Uh, we can say that this content may be the introduction to the map reduce, but it may deviate from the flows. That's why we have discussed map reduce first, and then we are discussing about the NoSQL. So we can go with that. NoSQL means which handles the very large volumes of unstructured and semi-structured data. So the regular relational models and all other models, the SQL concept, they are handling the structured data, but it is handling the unstructured data. And NoSQL databases are designed for to provide high performance and availability in the distributed environment, meaning that fault tolerance and all these things. And it is flexible and scalable also. And the term NoSQL, actually, it was started in 2009. Actually, the concepts are there from last, before that also. In 2009, Johan Ackerson, actually, he organized one meetup on the NoSQL. So from there onwards, it was named as the NoSQL concept completely. So the initially the NoSQL, it was initiated and used in 1990s by Carlo Storgi, and uh, he used the relational databases only, but he didn't use the SQL. See, relational database is the structure of the data, and the SQL is the language to retrieve the data from that. So he didn't use the SQL as the language for the relational databases. So it is called the NoSQL. And in the early days, it was used for the ASCII codes. The data is to use it to stored in the ASCII codes, and we use it to write the Unix shell scripts to retrieve the data instead of the SQL. So that is the actual concept. And there are so many components are developed on the concept of the NoSQL. And in that Cassandra, HBase, and Hypertable, CacheDB, MongoDB, all these are the various components of the NoSQL. And of course, Big Table is also one kind of this topic. Okay, it was not mentioned, but it is also one kind of that topic. So we can go with the uh, characteristics. What are the characteristics of the NoSQL databases? And here, NoSQL databases do not use SQL, and open source. In general, they are the open source and they are designed for the distributed systems. So, as the part of our course, we are discussing about the Hadoop, MapReduce, and all these components. They are the distributed systems only, actually. Okay, so they are the distributed system, so it is designed for that. And schemaless structure. Without using the schema, we can write the queries. That is the speciality of this. And the designated in the 21st century web applications and social media platforms, e-commerce sites, and cloud-based applications, big data analytics. All these are using this environment, that is the NoSQL. And the types of NoSQL databases, there are various kinds of databases available. There are various formats of the databases. One is the key value store, and second is the document oriented databases and the column family stores and graph databases. These are the four kinds of databases available. Here, key value stores, actually, it is already we know about this. So indirectly, it is the map reduce concept. We are using the key value concept in the map reduce. Okay. Now let us have a look on the NoSQL versus relational databases. The schema is the in the SQL, the schema is fixed, meaning that there is no change, there are no changes if the new data comes in into the database. There will not be any change in the data structure, I mean the schema structure, and there are the predefined tables. But here in NoSQL, there is no schema, fixed schema, and it is very flexible for the data model. So if the new data comes in, then the schema will be automatically updated. So that the applications, they will take care about that, like pig. Already we have seen that pig. If the structure is changed automatically, it will generate the structure, right? And scalability, it is vertical, and the NoSQL, it is the horizontal distribution will be there, and scaled up. And data structures, the structured data for SQL, and for NoSQL, it can handle the unstructured and semi-structured data. And ACID complaints, ACID rules. ACID rules are the key concept for the databases. So those ACID rules, obviously in SQL, yes, and in NoSQL, uh, uh, they will compromise these rules in the most of the cases, but still we can maintain the consistency by restricting the upload, by restricting the updates. We can control this. Okay, and query language, it is the SQL, and in the in the NoSQL, we will use the different kinds of languages like CQL and JSON based queries and other things. One of the concept we have seen in the pig, how can we retrieve the data into the how can we retrieve the data from the HDFS, and how to query that by using some simple statements that we have seen in the pig in the unit 5. Already we completed that. Okay, now advanced advantages of NoSQL databases. Now scalability. They handles the large amount of the data, so obviously they are scalable for different kinds of different levels of distributions and all. And high availability, fault tolerance, meaning that the in the distributed HDFS, already we have discussed in the first and second units. The HDFS, it is fault tolerance. So if the data is replicated, if one node is failed, obviously another node will provide the data, required data. So that is a high availability and flexible schemas. And you need not fix the schema. What is the schema before starting off the process? Yeah, the dynamically it can take, and fast read or write performances. So it is optimized for the real-time data processing. So and then big data support is also there, obviously it is suitable for applications, requires a large data stores and fast processing. For that, NoSQL is required because they doesn't support directly the SQL concept. Okay, so challenges and limitations of NoSQL. There are several challenges also. So we have to go with that. Lack of standardization. There is no standard format for the like the SQL. In SQL, you can use the regular MySQL or SQL Server or Oracle SQL or whatever the SQL you are using. All these are the common syntaxes and common features available. But in the NoSQL, it is not like that. It is depending upon the languages. There are no standardizations for the NoSQL concepts. And the consistency and availability trade-off. NoSQL databases, they are sacrificing the strong consistency for the high availability, meaning that the data may not be consistent because the data is replicated in different places and it may be changed by using various applications. So it is may not be that much consistent. As we discussed that ACID rules, it is not following completely the ACID rules. So it may be compromising on the consistency. Of course, the latest technologies, they are handling the they are maintaining the consistency and they are providing the environment also like that. So it may be also, I think we can overcome this. And limited ACID support, that's what we have discussed. Limited ACID support and learning curve, meaning that it requires the new query models and data structures, and it is different from the SQL. So if you are a regular SQL programmer, you may not be able to adopt that immediately. So it may take some time to adopt the new technology. So all these are the various challenges for the SQL, NoSQL concepts. And future of NoSQL, relational databases. We don't think that relational databases will be gone. No, data is still the relational databases will be still there. Along with that, there will be the NoSQL concepts and NoSQL databases. They will be available and they will grow a lot. And hybrid solutions, meaning that SQL plus NoSQL, that is the emerging thing, and it allows organizations to balance the performance, scalability, and consistency. Actually, another concept was also started that no SQL means not only SQL. Actually, they have mentioned like that. Long back, it was in one conference, they have mentioned that in the higher level, there was a conference. I think I remember that it is 5 years back we have attended, and at that in that conference, so many the authors and the speakers they told that we can consider that NoSQL means not only SQL, meaning that they can integrate both of them, so that the power of SQL and power of NoSQL we can combine them, and that is called the polyglot persistence that encourages using the different databases and different types of data and workloads. That is also possible. So all these are the various things. So this is about the NoSQL concepts introduction. So in the next session, we will start with the various databases like aggregate databases, document databases, and other kinds of databases we can discuss. Okay, thank you.